hands, man.
And we got it handed to us. You know, there's no way around it. We can come out with any fire like we didn't have it, basically. And this is as a team, like we weren't talking. I don't know what happened. It was just one of them nights, and unfortunately, you know, we had a decent crowd and they had to see that.
I'm surprised most of them stayed. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I get paid to stay here. I would have stayed and watched it. And I'm not a basketball guy, but that was bad basketball, was it not? Let me ask you this. And BJ gave the example of, you know, that the team got so hyped and you know, wanted to play, put more of a representation up against Weber State, and it didn't happen. And that this is, you know, maybe is the after effects of that, which, okay, I understand that in general, but when you're in college, you get to this point, it shouldn't happen either. You should be able to 2 days later crank it back up again, right?
Yeah.
And could you see that today, maybe even shoot around? Was it just like going through the motions, just kind of let's, you know, or was there, you know, a sense of urgency and stuff there? Yeah, what do you think? Was it just, I mean, yeah, and I'll give you credit. You know, I'll give both of you credit because I think both of you guys bring a lot to the floor when you're in the game in terms of energy and what you're doing. But in general, as a group, it's just, you know, and BJ said it, he'd take 12 Tyler Luces right now just for what they bring to the floor. And, you know, may not be the best player, but a guy that just fights, you know, tooth and nail. Was that not there today? Could you see that today in shoot-arounds, Ibrahim? Just kind of...
I feel like at shoot-around we were all excited to play, but I guess during game time it just turned down a little bit. I guess there wasn't enough communication on the court where people weren't listening. We're just all over the floor.
Does it happen when all of a sudden you find yourself in one of those ruts and one of those scoring things? Because to me, that's where it fell apart. In the first half, you guys went 6 minutes and 24 seconds between baskets. And during that time, they went on an 11-0 run, which eventually turned into a 17-4 run. And from where I sit, the game was over at that point, even though you were down by 12 only. But to me, it was because of what you're seeing on the court. There's no, it's like, dude, chipping into this lead isn't going to happen. Did it feel at that point that it all of a sudden just slipped away because of that run there? And that was with 15:57 left in the first half. That's early.
Yeah.
And that's when they separated it and said, we're
It's
going this way, see you, right?
basically how it was when we played them the first time at Idaho State.
Yeah.
It was basically the same thing. Coach told us what we needed to do, and we go out there, we don't communicate, we don't close out high hands, they bang threes left and right. We don't answer back. We went 2 for 18 from 3, and they went 13 for 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just point blank. We would try to answer back, miss, they'd answer back, money. And it was just a lot of guys being mentally weak, shut down instead of keep fighting. When a coach man like he'd rather have 12 Tyler Luces, he'd rather have 12 guys that have that mental block that just keep fighting, that don't see them just making baskets and just giving up or being offensive sensitive. And I think that's
You said it. Mentally weak is a good way to phrase it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I joke that your generation is the reset generation in video games. You're getting your ass beat, now just reset and start over, right? You can't do that.
Right.
You kind of feel like at some point it was like, holy cow. Almost like, let's get this over with and try to get past it and go forward, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'll learn a lesson.
What do you expect, you know, PJ said, it's a good thing they changed the rules. You'd be out there practicing right now.
Right. I never once in the game just wanted to get it over. I just wanted to see some growth in my team as far as like just finding some fight, just embarrassing.
So what do you expect between here and next Thursday? I mean, BJ's saying, you know, he doesn't know any other way other than just to keep working. And now you go on the road. Now it's like, you know, you're halfway through that door backwards, Because now it's like you're going on the road and you know, it's not easy to win on the road. You know, the routine's different, whatever, and so it's like, man, just when you think this team had, you know,
Just get
taken
it rolling.
2 big steps forward, now it's 3 steps backwards. Does it feel like that?
Mhm.
It does.
So what do? You just keep pounding away at it, or do you?
There's no quitting. There's no quitting.
We just got to keep working and practice